Well, hello, everybody. We are joined by, look at these three beautiful faces in front of me, all one family, three very interesting people. We've got Marina on the right-hand side. She just gave a little wave. There's Marina. And then Muriel, hi, in the middle. Both of you wearing green. I love that color. And Mama, Oksana, who I had the pleasure of meeting recently, the most extraordinary remote viewer, looking into places that most people can't even imagine going. What adventures we can have. Well, it looks like you two have had a bit of an adventure with my books. Is that true?
Yeah, Milo and Teal.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, we read.
What have you been reading?
To her for her birthday in February. It was very nice.
Yeah, I finished Birds of a Feather really quickly, and
Did you just race through it?
Yeah, in like 2 days.
She was nonstop. She was sitting like a day and night, basically until she would.
That is a very big compliment. It's a very big compliment. Because if you have your attention on one book that solidly, that's really great. Did you enjoy what they got up to?
Yeah.
Here's the book. Yeah, the illustrations are amazing, and as you know, that Marina she astral travels and she remembers the beings that she sees, and a lot of it resonates with me because it's all about other worlds, right? Yeah, she's just comes up with well, it's not that she comes up, but because imagination is a tool that our subconscious uses, and when she draws the beings, like you can call them mystical creatures, but they all live on different planets, different galaxies. She talks about that, and this book's really for her because it's always like, yeah.
Do you think, Marina, that any of that could happen here on our planet? What do you think? How near are we?
I think so. Yeah. If we're more positive and spread good energy, yeah, I think so.
I think the book was written for people like you, just to remind you of what you know, but let's keep creating that positively.
Yeah. My favorite part of the books is about how well, I like Birds of a Feather. You know how they speak to the bird and help it move. Yeah.
Because it's you who has the magic bunny rabbit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. And so you're used to talking to animals in a very different way to most people, I suspect. Yeah.
But I have that.
I wish I could have heard what you said, but I will later.
Oh, sorry.
It's cutting out the sound sometimes. Story was the bunny, because he came from her planet, from her elf planet.
Yeah.
And she was little when she told me about it. She knew he was coming ahead of time.
Yeah, and I didn't have it.
She was doing camp when she started walking.
Well, this is the magic we can all live in, isn't it? So, Marina, how many friends of yours do you think live in this magic state that you, me, your sister, your mama live in? Do you think could be normal? Can we make it normal?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's possible.
I see people like your beautiful drawings look incredible. Yeah. That looks like that could be a powerful tool to show people and remind them.
Yeah, because and the bright colors.
She writes stories too. She has notebooks of stories and illustrations. She does the same thing you do.
I think we need to start up a publishing house, because that's what I encourage with the children I work with too. And we could have all of these magical books and bring them out into the world, because it's enough. We've had enough sort of miserable ones for a while, haven't we? I'm not so keen on walking into bookshops these days.
Yeah, but the ideas for the books, how did you get them? It's because it's like your memory, right? Your inner memory, it just comes naturally to you.
Yeah, it could be future memory, could be past memory. It's that knowing place memory. Yeah, that you just know it's real, you know it's possible. Because then every so often you come across real people like you who totally understand it. And it's total confirmation that just tapping into something that already exists, it's just beyond our noses, just somewhere, just a little further away, and you just sit in a quiet place and let it pour through you, and it's surprising what you find.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. Do you do that too?
Yeah, it's hard for a lot of people to use their imaginations that way. So that's really a great gift.
How do you think they can turn them back on again, their imaginations?
I don't know. I think everybody should stop worrying about what other people think of them, because most people all the time are just thinking, oh, I should feel like them. They're the same and all the time. But
That's pretty weird to watch, isn't it? People do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love to encourage everyone to be themselves, but you do too.
Yeah.
Be as wild and wacky as possible. Yeah, that's why it was such fun for me to. It's just stopping and starting, isn't it? Oh dear.
Yeah, here's the interesting.
Maybe
it's an amazing treehouse there.
Life in a treehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the colors.
The colors.
The shapes, the colors. It all stimulates imagination. This is amazing. What?
Yeah, we live in a very square boxed world, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, curves and other shapes would be really healthy for us. Not trap our thoughts in the corners anymore. Yeah, that would be a revolution in itself, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Right.
So what do you think about living in the trees? You too. Would you live in a tree?
I would live in a tree.
You almost do.
Me and my siblings love climbing a tree. At our playground we have this like this pretty big tree, and we climb it to the very top and just look out on everything, and it's so nice.
Slightly scary for your mom, I bet, but she knows and trusts that you know what you're doing. That's correct, isn't it? You know, if you can get up, you can get down again.
She can talk a little about, because she remembers since she was 2.5, she would tell me that elves live in the trees on her elf planet.
Oh, look at this picture.
Yeah, you can show it.
Oh my God.
When you know those things, you can just tune into them.
Favorite picture.
I like that tree. Is that your favorite picture? Do you know what? That started, Marina, from a blob. I was just literally flicking ink onto a wet piece of paper just for the joy of the color. Yeah, and then I just sort of sculpted out that picture by piece, and it was rather a magical tree place.
Yeah, Muriel's looking.
Muriel's in person, okay?
Yeah.
Muriel's looking through pictures and randomly saying, "How did she draw this? How did she draw this? How?
It's just like you're conscious. That's what happens. It just comes by itself. That's the most.
Yeah, it's a very light, joyous. When I do it, it's a very.
Well,
that's the hope that it will bring children, of course.
Yeah.
Sorry, it seems like we're talking over each other, but it's really not, because we keep freezing. And then when you get unfrozen, I realize that I'm talking over you. But it's probably something with connection.
I know, it's not a particularly smooth connection, but it might look amazing when we see it recorded. There's always things you can do.
Right.
Yeah.
Your dress looks amazingly colored. If you just hold the book open by your dress, you and the dress and the book would kind of merge into one, I have a feeling. It looks like it, doesn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
What, did you read the second one as well? Yes, I could see that Muriel's got that one too.
I'm almost done with the second one. How did she draw it?
So if I passed you the third one, would you read that, do you think? Do you think you would read the third one?
The third one? Yeah.
Yeah. And
what happens next?
Well, because they get older and older as the books go on. You can probably can't you? So the one I'm writing now, the characters are probably in their 20s.
In the 20s? Wow.
You could.
Yeah, I noticed in the first one
collections of.
Yeah, so they grow. Interesting. I should read the books too. Because
you might enjoy them.
Fascinating adults too. It's very it's for expansion of your consciousness, because the complexity grows as you grow consciousness about
yes, that's how it's supposed to be, isn't it? Yeah. It's like, because as a mum, how brilliant children are. It's just sometimes you have to turn a key to get it to open up and start blossoming, and then you realize there's no end, isn't it? You can just keep feeding voracious appetites for knowledge, memory and information. And when I started writing these books, I looked around the world at all the best, amazing projects that existed.
Wow.
Added all my received projects and realized that and you could just create a brand new world from that. So we could do it tomorrow. We could build that world tomorrow.
Yeah, we're starting to build it, and now we're making.
Yeah, shall we? I'd like to.
A little brick by brick, for sure.
Yeah, I'm if I would like, whenever I imagine a world, I imagine like a world that like everything's huge and you're like a tiny little, kind of like the size of a bug, and you just like, you have this, I don't know, I can't explain it. You're like almost, everybody has a great bond with animals, and like mushrooms, like tiny little mushrooms are huge.
Those places do exist. Lots of people in the past have talked about them. There are some stories. I could always send a list to your mum. She probably knows some of those stories. Some of the inner earth stories are exactly like that. I think a lot of this is right under our feet. When I was writing the Zog stories, remember, some of it's inside the earth as well. And as it moves on, it becomes more on the surface of the earth and inside. They join together. So I think we're going to have a lot more secrets revealed.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to carry on these books and encourage people like you to write your own stories. We'll find out the whole truth as everyone pulls in their imagination.
Yeah.
And weaves it together.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, yeah, thank you so much. It's really, I mean, people should read these books, and they should read it to children. Marina's reading them to her younger sister.
It's a different mindset, isn't it? Because I've worked with children and scripts for years, and it's usually something like a terrible thing happens, and then it gets a little bit less bad, and then you have the end of the story. And it's enough that we keep having these dark dramas put upon us. And this, I just didn't want to have that. I just wanted to have it about excitement and joy and discovery. And that's a different genre. We haven't had that for children. We need more of those. Because that's who children are, isn't it? Excitement and joy and discovery.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
So thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. That was really nice. And she's excited about to write stories together with you. The collaboration. Yeah, that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
You can both.
We're gonna have to do that.
Yes. Thank you.
We will, Marina. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Okay.
I've actually been dreaming about something called a will-o-wisp. Ooh.
Oh yes. Yeah, there's a lot in that.
Yeah.
Good. Then as soon as you're ready to start sharing, we can do that, and I can just be your encourager for now if you want. That's my website is INSPIRITION, which means to inspire, enliven, and encourage. So that's what I can do for you, because you help me when you read it and say how wonderful it is for you. That helps me get these books out to other children, and when I can encourage you, that will help you get your vision out to others who are probably desperate for something and someone like you. They need a bit of brightness, don't they?
Yeah.
All those other kids, they do.
Too.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
And you, Muriel,
so
for being
much.
there in the middle.
Wonderful books for your gift and for, so, friend. And
See you soon then. Thank you so much.
See
See you.
you soon. See you
Bye.
soon. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.